Hello children, this is the second part of this paper, July 2024, grade 6 past paper, and hope all of you have watched my previous videos. There we discuss 15 questions, right? So if you, by any chance, if you have not watched, please find the earlier recording. So then we discuss up to question number 15 in part 1. And then we are moving from question number 16 onwards. Now here you want to multiply 48 by 70. Now here you have two different ways to do it. But I will show you what they are expecting from you. So here you have 48. You write multiply by 70. And I can write this in a different way. 48 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 10. Then I get this value, 48 by 7, right? So what I do, I multiply 48 by 7 and I get the answer here, right? So then we have different ways to do this, but we should know that what they are trying to test, right? Then 48 when you multiply by 7, it gives you 336. And here I write 336. That you multiply by 10, it gives me 3,360. Therefore, I write the answer here, 3,360, right? 48 straight away you can multiply by 70. But here they test that how we are going to segregate 70 into two parts, 7 times 10. Then 48 you multiply by 7 and it gives you the answer 336. And you multiply 336 by 10, it gives me 3,360. Then the second part of this question that we have to deal with the BODMAS that you know. First we want to give the priority for the division. So then the 18 you divide by 6, it gives me 3. And 15 you divide by 5, it gives me 3. So then here what I have now, 3 subtract 3, the answer should be 0, right? When you have something like this, children, first you want to pay your attention to the division, so then the answer will be 0. And the next one, you have subtraction, but the problem here, we do have two different denominators. So what we should do, we have 3 and 6, the denominators, and we know that what is the LCM of this. So LCM of this is what? It is 6. Then what I do, children, I write, 3 over 6 here. And I write the second fraction also with the denominator 6. You just see how I'm going to convert 3 into 6. I should multiply this by 2. The same thing I should do with the numerator. 2 times 1, 2. So now I have the same denominator. I draw the longer line like this. So then I have 3 minus 2. The answer is 1 over 6. Right? If you come across with two fractions, either to add or subtract, and if you have the two different denominators, maybe that if it is an addition, you come across with three fractions. It doesn't matter. You just look at the denominators. If the denominators are different, first you want to get the LCM of lowest common multiple of the denominator. So here 3 and 6, the lowest common multiple is 6. So then I change the denominator 3 into 6. How can I do that? I want to multiply the denominator 3 by 2. If I do something to the denominator, I should do the same thing with the numerator. So then 2 times 1, 2. Now I have two fractions to subtract with the same denominator. Therefore, I just draw the longer line and I put the denominator, and 3 minus 2, it is 1. Correct. Then the next one, you want to find 3 over 10th of 4 pounds. So first of all, we want to understand 1 pound is equal to 100 pence, right? So then the 4 pounds should be equal to 400 pence. First you write down that the relationship. So then we have 3 over 10 of, so then we have the pounds. So then I write 3 over 10 of means multiplication, 400 pence, right? So then we can simplify this. How we can simplify? 0 and 0 you can cancel. So then the answer is 3 times 40, 120 pence. So this should be the answer, 120 pence. We'll write this nicely, 120 pence. Okay. A baby pool is 300 centimeter long and 150 centimeter wide. Now, when I read the question, Pute, I do something. What it is? I just draw a rectangle like this. So, this is the baby pool. So, this is 300 centimeters and this is 150 centimeters. I just write down there. The bottom to be tiled with 30 centimeter long, 30 centimeter wide square tiles. How many tiles are needed? First of all, we want to see what is the area of this, the floor. We want to find the area. How we are going to find the area? Area of the pool. First you find area of the pool, right? So then area of the pool is 300 centimeters into 150 centimeters. So then what I do, I will write the equation mark here and then here what will be the answer. So 150 I multiply by 300. So then I have 0, 0, 0 and 45. So then the 45,000 centimeter square, right? And what is the tile size, Pute? The tile size, it is 30 centimeter, 30 centimeter. And what is the area of the tile? So then the area of the tile, area of the tile. Now you just see how I'm managing the space, right? So then the 30 into 30, that is 900 centimeter square. So then we write the number of tiles needed. How do you find? The total area, it is 45,000. And then the one tile is 900. So then when you divide, what will give you? So then we can cancel these two zeros. 9 times 5, 45. So then we need 50 tiles. First you find the area of the pool. 300 into 150. When you multiply 300 by 150, it gives me the answer 45,000. That is the area of the pool. Then I find the area of a small tile. 30 into 30, it is 900 now. So then to cover the 45,000 area, how many tiles I need if one tile is 900. So then what I do, 45,000 total area, I divide by 900. That is the area of the one tile. It gives me 50. So I need 50 tiles to cover the bottom of the pool, right? Okay, so then the next one, add negative 5. So this is from the directed number lesson. Add negative 5. Negative 5 you add to positive 5. Okay. When you have two signs like this, children, can you remember positive, positive, that is positive. So then I write negative 5 and positive 5. Answer will be 0. Subtract negative 2 from negative 4. So then I want to subtract negative 2 from negative. So the negative 2 from. So then here we have negative, negative, that becomes positive. I rewrite this negative 4 plus 2. When I have the two different numbers with the different signs, I want to get the difference of the numbers. 4 and 2, the difference is 2. I use the higher digit sign, that is negative sign, right? Read the question carefully. You want to add. What you want to add? Negative 5 and positive 5. In the middle, you put the addition mark. And then when you come across with the two signs closer, you know that in between them, we have the multiplication. Then the positive multiplied by positive, it gives you positive. So then without the bracket, you write negative 5 and positive 5. Answer is 0. Then the second part, you want to subtract. That means you want to use the subtraction sign. Subtract what? Negative 2 from what? From negative 4. So then you write negative 4 inside the bracket and you use the subtraction sign. So the takeaway sign, then you write the negative 2 again inside the bracket. And when you have two signs closer like this, you know that again I explain the same thing. In between the two signs, we assume that we have the multiplication. Negative value you multiply by negative, it gives me positive. Therefore, I rewrite the question without the bracket, negative 4 and positive 2. Now you have two numbers with two different signs. When you have two numbers with two different signs, you want to get the difference of those two numbers. 4 and 2, the difference is 2. And how are you going to use the sign? That you get the sign of the higher digit. When you compare the digit 4 and 2, the 4 is the higher digit. Therefore, I use the negative sign to the final answer. Right, then the question number 20, I want to find the perimeter. Before finding the perimeter, I want to confirm whether they have given all the sides. If they have not given all the sides, children, first we want to find it. So then if that is 10, right? From here to here it is 2, then this should be 8 centimeters, no? Because 8 plus 2, that becomes 10, okay? The whole thing, the vertical thing is 12. From here to here, if it is 12, right? Here to here, if it is 12, this one should be 10 centimeters, no? Right? Now I have all the sides. 10 I have, then I have this side, I have this side, right? Then I have this side and this one and this one. I have all the sides. So then what I do to find the perimeter, I add everything together starting from one point, let's say this point, and I move along this side. So then I add 10 centimeter, then 2, then 2, then 10 plus 8 plus 12 plus 12. Right? So then when you add everything together, 10 plus 2, 12, 12 plus 2, 14, 14 plus 10. It is 24 plus 8, 32 plus 12, 10 plus 2 plus 2 plus 10 plus 8 plus 12. Yes, the answer is 44. Answer is 44 centimeter. Right? Here again that there is a problem, Pute. I'm not sure what's the variable they are talking here. I think the missing one should be x. We just take it as x and do this. If it is not x, you can just comment on this video. I will bring the correct version. I think this should be x. If it is x, what you should do, I write 4x and 6x closer. Why? All of them are x, 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 x. Why I should segregate? It's easier for me to segregate the positive numbers separately. 4x and 6x are positive numbers. So then the negative 4x and negative 3x I write separately. Then the 4x and 6x, it is 10x. From 10x, when you subtract 4, it gives me 6. From 6, I subtract 3. My final answer will be 3x. Okay. So my final answer will be 3x. So then here, I think I have 2x here and x here. So then what I do, 2x minus x plus 3y plus 2y, right? 2x minus x, the answer is x. 3y, 2y, the answer is 5y. Right? 2x minus x and 3y plus 2y, it is 5y. Then find the volume of the cuboid. How to find the volume of the cuboid, children? So we will write first the formula. Volume is equal to length into width into height, right? So then the length here, let's say 1.5, and then centimeters. So width again 1.5 centimeters, then the height is 1 centimeter. 1.5 I can write, so then it is 3/2 centimeters. Again this one 3/2 centimeters. Here I can write 1/1 centimeter. So then I write all the numerator values. It is 9/4 centimeter cube. Right, so then what I do, 9 divide by 4, 4 times 2, and the remainder 1. Therefore, I just keep the 2, 1/4 cubic centimeter. 2, 1/4 cubic centimeter. Right? 1.5, 1.5, 1. 3/2, 3/2, 1. 3 times 3, 9. And 2 times 2, 4. So then 9 divided by 4, 4 times 2, 8. So then, yes, answer is correct. It is 4 marks question, you can see. Then you want to show all the steps like this, Puti. Okay. Then we will move to the question number 23. Find the total cost of 100 books at 2.52 each. So that means simply if one book is 2.52 and if you want to find the cost of 100 books, so it's like this, you multiply by 100. Then the answer will be 252.0. So I write that it is 252. If you pay £300, what is the balance you get? So then you have £300 and you have £252. You get the answer like this. Right? You get the answer here like this. So 10 minus 2, 8, 9 minus 5, 4. So then you have 48. So then here we write the answer 48 pounds. Right? Then the next one, you want to find A. So then here what I do, children, I just keep 3A as it is and I send that positive 10 to the other side, that becomes negative 10. Then 3A means 3 times A is equal to 6. And I'll come here. So then I keep A here along and the multiplication 3 becomes division 3. So then the A will be equal to 2. This is how you want to solve it. Right? And then the question number 25. A TV program starts at 10 p.m. and lasts 140 minutes. At what time does it finish? Now, first of all, that we want to get 140, that we want to segregate. So then if I have 60 minutes, that is 1 hour. Another 60 minutes, 1 hour. Now altogether, how many minutes we have taken out from 140 now? 60, 1 hour. Another 60, 1 hour. Altogether, I have taken 120. But the program was for 140, so then the 20 minutes were there. So then what I do, 10 p.m. to, then I take 1 hour, that becomes 11 p.m. Then there is another 1 hour that becomes 12 midnight. Okay, 12 midnight. From that, you take another 40 minutes, right? Another 40 minutes. But here we can write 1 hour and 1 hour. So that becomes 12:40 a.m. At what time does it finish? 12:40 a.m. 140 minutes I segregated into two portions, 60 minutes, 60 minutes, 20 minutes. 60 minutes mean 1 hour, another 60 minutes mean 1 hour. So then the remainder 20 minutes, so should be, oh, sorry, I made a mistake here. Why I took this as 40? It should be 20 minutes and 20, so 12:20 a.m. Right? So 12:20 a.m. So that is the end of part A. So then in part 2, how many questions we do have? Earlier we checked it. We have 10 questions, but I don't think I can discuss all the 10 questions in this video because it will be very long if I discuss everything. Therefore, I'll discuss a few questions from part 2, right? Few questions from part 2. So then we have spent years like 10 to 20 minutes. We'll do the perimeter of the triangle is 32. What do you mean by the perimeter? When you add all the sides together, it gives me the perimeter. So that means x and 10. When you add everything together, that becomes 32. Okay. Then the x and x, that is 2x now. So then the 2x is equal to 32 minus 10. So then the 2x means 2 times x equal to, so then from 32 when you deduct 10, it is 22 now. Okay. So then x is equal to 22 divided by 2. So then the x is equal to 11. X is equal to 11 centimeters. If need, you can write here 11 centimeters. And here also 11 centimeters. 11 and 11, 22. 22 plus 10, 32. Right. So then the next one, find the area of the shaded part. Before that, you want to get the area of the bigger rectangle. Area of the bigger rectangle. Area of the bigger rectangle. How do you find bigger rectangle? Right, you find 20 centimeter into 10 centimeter. The answer will be 200 centimeters squared. Then you want to get this one, 9 centimeters squared. How do I get this? 3 times 3. And what is the area of this rectangle, the smaller one? 6 times 3, 18 centimeters squared. Altogether, when I add 9 centimeters squared and 18 centimeters squared, what will be the answer? 18 and 9, that it becomes 27. 27 centimeters squared. We want to find the area of the shaded region. How do you get the area of the shaded part? Right? Shaded part. How do you get that? From the bigger rectangle 200 centimeters squared, you deduct 27 centimeters squared, right? Then here what I do, 200 subtract 27. So then 10 minus 7, 3. 9 minus 2, it is 7. And here 1, right? So then what you do, after getting the answer, you want to transfer it to the correct place. So then here I write 173 centimeters squared. Okay, the area of the shaded part is 173 centimeters squared. So then the next one, we have that 0.0008 divide by 0.202. When you have the decimal number in the denominator, the very first thing you should do, you want to eliminate this decimal stage. How do I do that? Here I have 2 decimal places. Therefore, I multiply this by 100 and I multiply this also by 100. So then the answer will be 0.08. And here that becomes 2. 8 when you divide by 2, what is the answer, children? It is 4. 0.08 divided by 2, the answer will be 0.04, right? So first you write this as a fraction 0.0008 by 0.02. When you come across with the decimal value in the denominator, we want to eliminate it. As here we have 2 decimal places, we multiply it by 100. Then when you do something to the denominator, you want to do the same thing to the numerator. So that becomes 0.08 over 2. 8 divided by 2, 4. 0.08 divided by 2, 0.04. Share 18.3 kilograms of rice amongst 2 houses equally. What does this mean? That 18.3 kilograms, if you want to divide amongst two houses, that means you want to divide this by 2, no? I told you when you have something like this, earlier we did 183, we divide by 2, right? 2 times 9, 18. So then 0 and 3 bring down. 2 times 1, 2. And we take the imaginary 0, put the decimal 2 times 5, 10, and let the answer 0. You get the answer 91.5 if your question is 183. But my question is not 183, no. So it is 18.3. Therefore, I want to consider another decimal here that becomes 9.15 kilogram. For each the house, they receive 9.15. So then this is how you want to do the division. So then we will move to the question number 4. A cuboid measure 8 centimeter, 6 centimeter, 4 centimeter. If we need to fill the space inside by smaller cubes with 2 centimeter, how many cubes are needed? First of all, we want to get the volume of the, Now you can understand. So then most of the questions that they have not given straight away from the questions you did in the school sometimes, right? But all the questions, they are related to the questions you did and you want to apply your knowledge, right? So they have not given that straight away the same question like you did in the school with the textbook. That you just imagine that earlier we had the pool and we had to find the number of tiles we wanted to have to tile the floor. Now we have a cuboid and now we are going to fill the cuboid with the small cubes and how many cubes we need to have. So then you want to think and do. First you want to find the volume of cuboid. So that is 8 centimeter, then 6 centimeter and 2 centimeter, right? So then the 8 times 6, what is the answer? 8 times 6, it is 48. 48 times 2, what is the answer? 96. 96 centimeter cube. So then when you have the small cube like this, right? Now we are going to have the small cubes. So it is 2 centimeter. Then what will be the volume? 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. So then it will be 8 cubic centimeter. So then the number of cubes we need, number of cubes are needed. How do you find? You divide the volume of the cuboid, 96 cubic centimeter, by 8 cubic centimeter, right? So then when you divide the 96 by 8, so we know we need to have 12 small cubes to fill the big cuboid, right? First what we did, we found the cuboid, right? Volume of the cuboid, 8 times 6, 48, 48 times 2, 96. Then separately we found the volume of the small cubes they are using. So then it gives me 2 into 2 into 2, 8. So then we want to find the number of cubes are needed. 96 cubic centimeter we divide by 8 cubic centimeters, it gives me 12 cubes. So then if I have 12 cubes, I can fill the space inside the bigger cuboid, right? Okay, so then I'm not going to discuss the rest of the question in this video. So then I will take the rest of the question in the third video, right? So then we discuss July 2024 grade 6 paper that I had the first video. So then this is the second video to discuss the remaining questions. There will be the third video, therefore. So please be in touch and find the correct video and mark your answers and learn the exam tips and the ways you want to write the answers and score the highest possible marks. Okay, children, we'll meet again with the third video. Till then, keep in touch, complete all the sums you had, and then go through the mistakes you have done and rectify them before you join with the third video. Okay, children, see you then.